Hi. You good girl? It's okay. Let me give you some dinner. Welcome home. Hi. Good girl. Oh, baby. You're alright. It's okay. It's that weird side eye. Good morning. Hi. Hi. We're so friendly now. Good morning. Oh, hi. Very nice. You ready to go outside? Probably my biggest challenge with being a behavior foster for another dog is that Barley has a hard time with other dogs and she's really predatory. And so I have to do a lot of management, and that's most likely my biggest concern and challenge is how to manage everything so everybody stays safe. So what I'm going to do for the first time, I've had the foster dog Betty Boop for a few hours short of a day now, and Barley's on a cable, and I just gave her a frozen Kong, and I'm going to close the glass door, keep her outside working on a project, and then I am going to go see if I can get Betty Boop and bring her upstairs for the first time. So we're safely inside the house. Barley is away. And I did set up a crate. It still needs a pee pad. But if eventually I am able to have the dogs in the house simultaneously, this will be a safe place for her to be. But in the meantime, I'm gonna see if I can leash her and bring her upstairs to be in the house for the first time, just to walk around and explore a little bit. And also that'll help get her smell in the house so Barley can get used to it. So I'll show you some of the safety precautions that I have for managing a predatory dog and a foster who's small. So this is the door down to the garage. So we go down here. So there's a door that can close safely and securely. Ignore the mess, please. And then when we come down here, you'll notice that I have an X pen here. So just in case for some reason Barley did get downstairs, there's an X pen and a door. And so the dog is behind this door. So I'll show you that. So I can come in here and then I close it. So again, I'm safely inside this area, and then this door opens up. And there's a little girl. So she's got a pen set up, and I've got a space heater and a radio playing classical music. Hi, baby girl. Hi. Hi. So you can see she's really happy to see me, and it's promising, but she's really conflicted and she's scared. She doesn't want me reaching for her. She doesn't like to be caught on a leash, but she really does like contact. So I'm gonna turn this off because I'm gonna need all my hands to see if I can bring her upstairs, but then I'll show you what that looks like. Hi, wanna go on a field trip? Okay, so we just got up the stairs. She's exploring. She found Barley's toys. And I'm gonna bring her over to see Barley's bed. You'll notice the slip lead has 2 pieces on it, and the shelter attached a second slip lead to the first so that you can pull on the second slip lead and it undoes the leash. From her head, it makes the loop bigger, which is super helpful because unless she's really comfortable with you, she doesn't want you reaching for her to loosen the slip lead, which means you're stuck and you can't leave a dog on a slip lead or she'll choke herself. So we're gonna just wander around a little bit. Barley is right outside the window eating her Kong, and she does not know what's happening in here. And it'll probably stay that way unless Betty Boop starts making some noise. So we'll have to see how that goes. Betty Boop does not mind Barley. My husband just came in.
Hello.
Let's see. Her hackles are up a little bit. She's hiding behind me. That's okay. We're gonna give her some distance. No, she's not happy. He's... Oh, I'm all tangled. So I was able to get the martingale on Betty Boop earlier. It was our first time that I didn't use the slip lead, and she tolerated it, but when I snapped it shut, she kind of turned around and looked like she really didn't like it. I didn't think she was really gonna bite me, but she looked like she could have been a little bit snappy. So right now we're doing a little bit of counter conditioning with some cheese. It took me about 10 or 15 minutes actually to get her to come close enough to me that I could unclip it. And now I was just practicing clipping it and unclipping it a few times, but I need both hands for that. I can't do that while I'm holding the video, but she is choosing to come close to me and lean on me, and when I withhold affection or stop petting her, she kind of leans even more, or sometimes even climbs on me. So I have Betty in the crate in the kitchen. I just want to see how she handles the space. Barley's outside, and I may bring Barley in a little while. We set up a tie down, so I'm hoping that they can be maybe in the same space with a lot of distance between them, and they might relax a little bit. So I just put her in here. I'm gonna just give her some little cookies. I don't know if she likes crunchy cookies. She's had cheese so far. You like that? Nope. Okay. Barley. That's enough. So I'm reinforcing Betty in the crate with some treats. In the kitchen, I've been tossing in some cheese and some cookies. And now you can see where Barley is outside. And I'm trying to reinforce her also. She knows the dog is in the house. And I want her to kind of get used to being okay with the dog in the house. Know that it's all right. So in my constant effort at management, we put in a heavy-duty eye bolt and a tie down for Barley. Plus I have a leash just in case. And she is realizing that tie downs kind of suck. And little Betty is over there in her crate. And my ultimate goal, I'm going to give them each some treats and see if I can get them to relax in the same space, even though they are probably, I don't know, 5 or 10 yards away from each other. It's good. If we can be in the same space and not all bark at each other the whole time, I'll call that a victory. Well, one way to get Barley to calm down with the dog in the house, give her a bully stick. So she's on her tie down. And it's really hard for her when the dog's making noise, but she's doing it. So we're in my son's room, and there's about 8 feet of space between the dog and the boy. She has not barked at him, and that's the first time she's seen a male and has not barked at him. We made really, really big progress. Betty Boop is actually a pretty well-adjusted little girl. Just needs a few days to trust, and she seems to be doing really great, actually. She's nervous still and doesn't like to be reached for quickly, but she's a really nice dog. She likes to be outside. She likes to go on little walks, and I don't know, I think she'll be really good for somebody. She's a lot less shut down than I first thought, but it was such a great experience. So we're back at the shelter. I returned Betty, and unfortunately, she's a really different dog here and with other people than she is with me or at my house or with my daughter. I think what I learned from this experience, though, is that just because a dog is one way with one person and in one place, it doesn't mean that they are like that with everyone in every other place. She's a nice little dog when she relaxes and feels confident, and she really likes being in a house. Shelters are scary. So that's all.